What's up, everybody? Happy Mindfulness Monday! My husband told me today that I look like a pharaoh with this outfit. What's up, Heather? I don't know if you can see it, but it's a one piece, and he said that I looked like a pharaoh. So now I feel like I need to look up what a pharaoh looks like, even though I feel like I know. Maybe I'm missing something. So anyway, happy Mindfulness Monday, y'all. It is a hot one here in Minnesota. Michael and I are back in the office, serving all you beautiful people and really inspiring health and hope and healing from the inside out. That is what we do. And we're the best at it. You know why we're the best at it? Because you're the best at it. Because healing happens from within. It doesn't happen from without. I got some truth bombs to pop on y'all. I don't like that. Maybe there's other things we can use, not bombs. I don't want to drop bombs. Drop flowers. No, it's not as impactful. Lightning bolts from your mind. This one awareness, my friends, I'm dropping in here real quick to share with you an awareness that when I learned it while studying chiropractic and the science of the body, totally changed my perception of healing. Like literally did a 180 in that moment. And here it is. And maybe I've dropped this on you if you're on the table. Maybe I've shared it here. But hanging out with a bunch of chiropractors and entrepreneurs this weekend really grows you, and it really elevates you to the next level to hear these results that people are getting and in turn do better and do more and serve more and help people deepen their healing response. So, you ready for this? Your body is a brand new body after X amount of months, X amount of years. What do I mean by that? Well, if you think about when we're walking around and saying, oh, my shoulder, I've had shoulder pain, or I've had this nasty shoulder, this nasty low back for years, like it's my shoulder, right? We compartmentalize our body and we segment it out and we turn it into this machine. When in reality, your body is a vitalistic thing. It's a vitalistic entity. And what I mean by that is it's always shedding cells and growing new cells on its own. We have to remember that your new cells that are produced come from old cells. And those old cells passed on and pass on patterns to the new cells. It passes on the communication it is learned to the new ones as it dies. This is called apoptosis, right? Cells die, new ones get regenerated, and it only happens for so many years, right? Human lifespan is anywhere from, 60 to 100 years plus, right? And if we think about how, if you've had something that's chronic for, let's say, 5, 10, 20 years, you are technically a new human from when that shoulder issue started until now. Let's say it was 10, 20 years ago. You technically are a new human. Literally, your cells. The same cells that you had and were 20 years ago are not the same cells that you possess now. And in fact, the turnover rate is way faster than 20 years. Just pause and think about that for a second. Right? We don't know exactly because there's no way we could measure this, but on average, we see that we have a new liver every 4 months, a new gut, right? Stomach every 3 months, new nerves depending on the damage that maybe has been done in the nervous system, and a year to 7 years, right? Your cells, your skin cells, your whole skin, right? Your skin is an organ. That's brand new after like a month or 2 months. It is wild, y'all. So why then, hear me out, we walk around with chronic health issues and we say, oh, my stomach has problems, my skin has problems, my shoulder has problems, my low back, my uterus, my teeth, whatever it is. Even your teeth turn over, y'all. Okay, even your bones turn over. It's just at a much slower rate. It's more condensed matter. So how is it then that if you are a physically new body every so often, how is it then that you still have these chronic issues? Is it really in your shoulder? Is it really in your low back? Or maybe, just maybe, it's in your mind and your nervous system and how you perceive who you are in this space-time. This alone, my friends, will blow your mind if you actually sit with it. If you actually sit with this one thing that you're literally a brand new 3-dimensional person. And yet, why do these chronic issues continue through space-time? Well, there's a lot of different factors. One, in particular, think of your cells do what they do because of your brain and your nervous system, because of the communication and the energetic flow of communication from the brain to the body and the body to the brain. Now, if you have poor nervous system patterns, you could do all the things in the world and still have these chronic issues. But if the communication to the cells, not just the old cells, but the new cells is faulty, how do you think that's going to impact your physical matter? You can go to all these experts, all these people, and they can tell you, oh, you just have to live with it. Oh, you're broken. Oh, you just have a bad shoulder. We'll just replace it with another shoulder. Really? Really? And again, it's not just communication of your nervous system. It's also what fuel, right? If you think of how cells, healthy cells are created, you have to think about the communication system as well as the fueling system, i.e. the stuff we ingest. So water, food, supplements, right? Looking at what is it that we consume. And not just food and water and air, but also what type of mindset and people and story are you consuming? Thanks, Laura. It's one unit. And it's like you can breastfeed with it. I'm not breastfeeding, but anyway. Everything that you consume creates who you are. And this is why a lot of mentors will say you become your environment and you become your inner and external world. You become the people you surround yourself with. So if you are around people who are telling you, oh, well, I just have a bad shoulder and you have a bad shoulder and we have to live with it, or like I have this condition and I have this disease and I just have to live with it, you are putting yourself, I'm on fire today, y'all. You are putting yourself in a compartment that robs you of your healing. And this is why I am not a fan of labeling you. I'm not a fan of putting you into a box, because if you say, well, this doctor told me I have this issue and I have to take these pills the rest of my life, bullshit. Effing bullshit. Because they don't understand that your cells turn over all the time. So why couldn't you have the possibility of healing if you change what you put in your mind, you change what you put in your body, you change who you surround yourself with, you change the thoughts, the patterns, the subconscious patterns, the nervous system patterns. It's going to take time, but let me tell you, it's possible. But most of us don't want to go down that road. Why? Because it takes discipline. It takes time. It takes energy. It takes commitment. And it takes breaking yourself out of the apathy and out of the mediocrity of this culture. And let me tell you, my friends, that is not easy. That is not easy. Because when the whole culture and the people you maybe surround yourself with are operating in one consciousness and you desire to grow, what happens is there's a dissonance and a resonance where they're like, wait, but you've always been this way. Like, we're used to you this way. It's like, no, we are supposed to grow. We are supposed to evolve. We are supposed to heal. Our bodies can heal, but we're not giving it what it needs. It is not a quick fix. You can't just get stabbed in the arm. You can't just take a drug. And you can't just do that. That's not how health works. I've been in this world for long enough and helped a number of people. I can tell you with confidence and certainty, it does not work that way. And you don't have to live that way. But what it does require is shifting your thoughts, shifting your perception, shifting your energy, and knowing that it's possible to live and heal in another paradigm. What's up, Nuri? I know, I am on fire. I was around people this weekend, and this is the power of being around just People who see your bigness and people who see you in your possibility when you don't see it yourself. I want you to know that every one of you who comes into the office, when you come in and you're having a shitty day, maybe you're having some retracing of stuff, or your body's just not in alignment, I see you in your bigness, and I see you already healed. I see you already walking, moving mountains. I see you beyond where you can see yourself. So my call to you is, are you seeing yourself? Are you seeing yourself beyond where you are? Are you seeing your cells? Are you feeling your cells? Like, I'm telling you all, let's go. This is the year. I am done with the mediocrity. I am done with the apathy. I am done with people compartmentalizing themselves into literal labels that expand and move through space-time, that you're a brand new body. How are you still going to adapt to that? How are you going to live into that label? The body can heal because the body changes, because your cells turn over. Let my neighbor Mildy, who's an accountant, I bet she can hear everything I'm saying right now. Good. And if this doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will. Because it's waking me up, because I'm telling you, I'm done living in this story that I've told myself, because I got a bodybuilding show in the fall, and I've been telling myself the story of like, well, I've always been this way. I don't know if I can. Bullshit. I am moving into a new paradigm, and I am bringing my new cells with me. And these new cells have new communication, new energy, new people, new thoughts, new experiences. It is time to shed the old so you can emerge into the new. And you don't have to tell your cells to do this. They're going to naturally do it. So imagine if you could partner with that new cellular growth, right? These new cells that come through over months and years. And this is why, my friends, I tell people, look, chiropractic, it's not a quick fix. It takes a couple months because we need the cells to turn over. We need the cells to catch up with the nervous system and vice versa. And this is why people, when they adopt this new paradigm of I am healing my body, they get results very fast. But if you're going to live in this perception of like my shoulder, it's not your shoulder. It's how you think and perceive your shoulder in this space-time reality. You're living in this old realm of like, I have trauma and I am traumatized. That trauma happened many years ago, folks. You're carrying the energetic resonance. And the energetic resonance comes from the mind connecting to the body. And it creates a field. And you can live into the old field, or you can step into a new field of operating. And I tell you this with certainty and confidence, that does not mean it's easy. But my friends, you must adopt this paradigm. You must adopt surrounding yourself with people who hold the same belief about you. Because if you're acting out of fear, I mean, isn't the saying, history doesn't repeat itself, people do. People create history. So are you going to be a person who continues to repeat the same history in your lineage? Or are you going to break that cycle? Genetics equate for 5%. The rest is all epigenetics, i.e. our environment, internal and external. The food, the thoughts, the lifestyle, everything. You have the power to change. And I hope you can feel that today. You have the power to shift. You just don't believe in yourself. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, that belief influences biology, you need to read Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. That book will change your freaking world. There is actual evidence that shows what you think about yourself and what you believe about yourself shifts physiology. Yes, good, Heather. I see you. You are doing the work, my friend, and I hope you know that. Like, my friends, I've been doing this for 10 years. You have to remember, this takes time. But when you find yourself down and out and you're stuck in that story, pause and ask yourself, what have I not given myself today? What lifestyle factors am I maybe ignoring? Like even yesterday, I was kind of in this state of like, feeling down. I don't know about this bodybuilding thing. And then I let myself sleep. Sleep is huge. I drank water, I moved my body, and boom, my perception shifted. I came right back to that aligned place that says, no, this is who I'm made of from the inside out. And I am shifting generational patterns. And you can too. So, I take a deep breath. I didn't know I would get that fiery today, but clearly it's in me. And it's in me because again, I surrounded myself with people today that saw my bigness, that play big. And playing big doesn't mean like you're exhausted. Playing big means you have a bigger vision for humanity and the world, and you maybe go against some of the culture and ways of thinking. And we can get so caught up in the mundane and the apathy and the mediocrity of thinking, because it's all around us, right? It's all around us. I know people who would tune into this live video and be like, Mel, you're crazy, you know, and I get that. I'm used to that. And I let that fuel me, because in order to create new paradigms and new worlds and new awarenesses, we need to step outside of the status quo and outside of the box that we've been captivated in for not just months, but centuries. History doesn't repeat itself, people do. And you don't have to repeat the same patterns. You can change your patterns, and you change your patterns, you change your lifestyle, you change your body. That's how it works. But not all these people who are maybe telling you otherwise haven't studied the body. They haven't studied metaphysics. They haven't studied biodynamics. They haven't studied all these things, right? It's a combination of physical and mental and emotional and spiritual and energetic. It's everything. I digress. I hope that this one perception in this video alone will inspire you to keep taking different actions, different thoughts. You don't have to live in a box. I'm so cautious of what I share with people. I'm so cautious of putting people in a box. My goal is to open up Pandora's box within your system and perhaps invite you to perceive who you are in this world differently, because I know there are so many people out there telling you otherwise, keeping you in a box, keeping you in a label. You are not a label. You are a different person every day, and you get to choose that, and you get to live into that. And it's the patterns that we're shifting. It's the energetic and nervous system patterns that we shift. And then over time, we see the three-dimensional physical shifts come with it. But you have to choose to shift your patterns. Okay? So if you're with me, drop a heart, drop a little fire sign. I'm on fire today. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Let me know what you got out of this today. Shift your perception. Okay? This one fact alone. You are a new human. Many months, many years. So think about, if you're holding on to this label of like my this, my that, you're potentially holding yourself back. And I guarantee if you have a chronic physical thing, it's no longer that. It's the underlying pattern that we need to shift. It's the underlying perception of how you're operating in the world in which you're keeping yourself stuck. So if there's any way that I can support you, one of the ways that we shift this is through a lot of deep breath, body work, and shifting the stories we tell ourselves. We're going to be going into that this Saturday, Soul-Filled Saturday. I don't know if we're going to do it outside. If it's really hot, we'll see. But this Saturday, 11:30 to 1, join us. Anyone can come. And listen, if you're someone where you tell yourself, oh, I want to go to that, but it's that but. How can you shift to, I want to go to that, and maybe you have another commitment, maybe you're afraid. It's only $35. If you can't pay for it, I'm sure someone on here would gladly sponsor you. But think about that gap in between, like I want to go, and how can you make it possible? Because then I can guide you, I can teach you some of these things, not in a phone, but laying our hands in our body and connecting to this physical body right here, right now, and shedding the labels and the stories and the bullshit that you've been told, that you're carrying literally on your shoulders. You don't need to carry it anymore. Join us. That's all I can say. Just join us, because there's going to be a point in time where I'm not going to be teaching it anymore, or I'm going to be teaching it in a different fashion. But right now, I'm teaching it, okay? So this Saturday, just come breathe and be and shift those patterns, my friends. I'm with you on this journey. Trust me, it's not that hot yet. Nice, Matt. I'm hot. That's why I wear my Pharaoh suit. All right, I gotta go for a walk and shift my neurology and my patterns. I promise you, when you get stuck, most of the time it's because you're not listening to your body's needs. So tune into the stuckness. Right now, I'm feeling some tension in right here, which means I gotta move, okay? So I appreciate you all. I love you all. I hope this brought you some fire today, some fire. And happy Mindfulness Monday. We're keeping it raw, real. Peace, love, and keep inspiring. Bye.